There's a phenomenon happening right now that science has proven, but most people refuse to believe. Your thoughts are not private. They're not contained inside your skull. They don't stop at the boundary of your skin. In fact, what you think right now, in this very moment, is rippling through a field that connects you to everything and everyone in existence. This isn't spirituality. This isn't metaphor. This is quantum entanglement, and it's happening whether you believe it or not. Scientists discovered that when two particles become entangled, they remain connected across infinite distance. Change one, and the other changes instantly. No signal, no delay, no speed of light limitation. Instantaneous correlation across space and time. And here's what they don't tell you in mainstream science. Your consciousness operates the exact same way. Your mind is entangled with reality itself. And once you understand this, everything you thought you knew about manifestation, synchronicity, and the nature of reality collapses. This is entangled mind. And if you're here, it's not an accident. It's entanglement. Most people live their entire lives believing their thoughts are theirs alone. Private broadcasts happening inside a biological computer we call the brain. But that model is incomplete, dangerously incomplete, because it keeps you trapped in a limited identity. It makes you believe you're separate from what you desire, separate from other minds, separate from the field of infinite possibility that surrounds you every moment. And that belief, that sense of separation, it's the very thing that blocks the life you're trying to create. Think about it. How many times have you thought of someone, and seconds later, they texted you? How many times have you walked into a room and felt the energy shift before anyone spoke? How many times have you had an idea only to see it show up in the world days later through someone else? You've been trained to call this coincidence, luck, chance. But what if it's not? What if these moments are proof of something far more fundamental? Proof that your mind isn't isolated at all, that it's constantly transmitting and receiving through a quantum field that connects everything. The problem is, you've never been taught how this works. You've been taught to think of yourself as a single player in a world of separate objects. But quantum physics reveals a different truth. At the fundamental level of reality, nothing is separate. Everything is entangled, and that includes consciousness. So when you think a thought, you're not just thinking it. You're collapsing a probability in the quantum field. You're sending a signal. You're entangling your awareness with a specific frequency, and the field, being perfectly responsive, begins organizing reality to match that signal. But here's where most people get stuck. They think they're sending one signal, but they're actually broadcasting another. They say they want abundance, but their dominant frequency is fear. They visualize success, but their nervous system is locked in survival mode. And the field, it doesn't respond to your words, it responds to your state, to the frequency you're entangled with in each moment. This is why trying harder doesn't work. This is why positive thinking alone changes nothing. Because you're not dealing with a surface-level problem. You're dealing with quantum mechanics. And until you understand how entanglement actually functions, you'll keep creating the same reality over and over, wondering why nothing shifts. So let's talk about what quantum entanglement actually is. In 1935, Einstein called it spooky action at a distance. He didn't like it. It violated everything classical physics said was possible. Because according to entanglement, two particles that interact, once remain connected forever, measure the spin of one particle, and instantly, without any physical connection, the other particle adjusts its spin to match. No matter how far apart they are, This has been tested, proven, replicated thousands of times. Particles separated by kilometers, even light years, respond to each other instantaneously, faster than light, beyond space and time as we understand it. And here's the key insight. Consciousness behaves the same way. Your mind isn't generated by your brain alone. It's part of a larger field, a quantum consciousness field that connects all awareness. And just like entangled particles, when you shift your internal state, the field responds. This is why meditation masters talk about oneness, why mystics describe feeling connected to everything. They're not speaking poetically. They're describing direct experience of quantum entanglement at the level of consciousness. But you don't have to be enlightened to experience this. You're already entangled right now, with your desires, with other people, with possibilities you haven't even imagined yet. The question isn't whether you're entangled. The question is, what frequency are you entangled with? Because entanglement doesn't judge. It doesn't filter. It simply mirrors. Whatever state dominates your field, that's what you'll find reflected back to you in physical form. This is the quantum mechanism behind manifestation. Not attraction, entanglement. You're not pulling things toward you. You're becoming entangled with the frequency of what you desire, and the field collapses. Possibilities that match that frequency. But here's what most manifestation teachings miss. Entanglement happens at the subconscious level, at the level of your nervous system, your beliefs, your identity. You can't think your way into a new entanglement. You have to become it. This is why affirmations alone don't work, why vision boards collect dust, why you can know all the right concepts and still feel stuck. Because knowing about entanglement is not the same as being entangled. So how do you shift your entanglement? 3 core principles. First, coherence. Your mind, heart, and body must be broadcasting the same signal. When there's internal conflict, you create quantum interference, mixed signals, and the field can't organize around chaos. Coherence means your thoughts, emotions, and actions are aligned with a single frequency. No contradiction. No, I want this, but I believe that. Pure signal. Second, presence. Entanglement happens now, not in the future, not through accumulation of effort over time. The quantum field doesn't understand time the way your mind does. It only responds to your current state. So if your current state is waiting, anticipating, hoping for something to arrive, you're entangled with absence. But the moment you shift into the state of already having it, already being it, the entanglement changes, and the field responds immediately. Third, observation without attachment. This is the paradox. You must observe your desired reality clearly, but without the desperate energy of needing it to prove something. The observer effect in quantum physics shows that observation collapses the wave function. Your awareness literally shapes what becomes real. But forced observation, anxious observation, creates resistance. It tells the field, I don't have this yet. True observation is calm, certain. It feels like memory, not desire, like you're remembering something that already happened, rather than hoping for something to come. When you can observe your desired reality with that quality of knowing, you've achieved quantum entanglement, and reality must shift to reflect it. This isn't magic. This isn't wishful thinking. This is the fundamental nature of consciousness interacting with the quantum field. So let's make this practical. Right now, you're entangled with something. Your current reality is proof of your dominant entanglement. Look around. What you see isn't happening to you. It's happening through you. Your external world is the materialization of your internal frequency. If you want different results, you need different entanglement. Here's how to shift it. Step 1. Identify your current entanglement. What's the dominant frequency running through your nervous system? Most of the day? Not what you think about occasionally, but what you feel consistently. Is it fear, control, scarcity, doubt? Or is it trust, openness, abundance, certainty? Be honest. The field doesn't respond to your intentions. It responds to your state. Step 2. Choose your new entanglement. What frequency do you want to be entangled with? Not what you want to have, what you want to be. Because the field doesn't give you things, it reflects your frequency. So if you want abundance, you don't chase money. You entangle with the frequency of abundance. And that frequency feels like relaxation, like trust, like knowing everything is already provided. Step 3. Embody it now. This is where most people fail. They wait for evidence before they embody the new frequency. But that's backwards. Embodiment comes first. Evidence follows. So close your eyes. Feel into the version of you who already has what you desire. Not the one hoping for it, the one living it. How does that version breathe? How do they hold their body? What's the tone of their internal dialogue? Don't think about it. Feel it. In your chest, in your gut, in your nervous system. Stay there for 60 seconds. Minimum. This isn't visualization. This is entanglement training. Step 4. Let the field respond. Once you've shifted your internal frequency, your job is done. The field will reorganize reality to match your new entanglement. But you have to trust the process. You have to release the need to control how it happens. Synchronicities will appear. Opportunities will open. People will show up. Circumstances will shift. Not because you made them happen, but because you changed your entanglement. And the field is infinitely intelligent. It knows the fastest path from here to there. Your job is to stay entangled with the frequency, not micromanage the delivery. This is the art of quantum manifestation. And once you understand it, you realize you've been doing it your whole life. You've just been entangled with the wrong frequencies. But now you know, and knowledge, when applied, becomes power. So here's the truth they don't teach you in school. You are not separate from reality. You're not a passive observer in a mechanical universe. You are quantum entangled with everything. Your consciousness is woven into the fabric of existence itself. And every thought, every emotion, every choice you make sends ripples through the field, creating your experience of reality. This isn't power you need to gain, it's power you need to remember. Because you're already doing this, right now, always. The only question is, are you doing it consciously or unconsciously? If you're ready to stop being a victim of your entanglement, start being the conscious creator of it, then you're in the right place. This channel, Entangled Mind, is dedicated to showing you the quantum mechanics of consciousness, how your mind works, how reality responds, and how to navigate this entangled existence with clarity and precision. Before you go, do me one thing. Type in the comments, "I am entangled." Not as a statement of belief, but as a declaration, a reminder to yourself that you are not separate, that your mind is connected to everything, and that this connection is your greatest power. Say it, type it, feel it, because the moment you accept this truth, your reality begins to shift. If this resonated with something deep inside you, subscribe, because we're just getting started. Next video, we'll explore how synchronicities are actually quantum messages from your entangled field and how to decode them. Until then, remember, your thoughts aren't private, your mind isn't isolated, and your reality isn't fixed. You are quantum entangled, and that changes everything. This is Entangled Mind, and your awakening has already begun.